What's up, guys? We're back on my channel here. Let me just make sure it's all good and all working. All right, so let me cue Indigo Saint, and then this time remember to switch over my video. Let's go. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was Blackrue investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue investing. Best believe it was Blackrue investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue investing. Best believe it was Blackrue investing.
My man Indigo. Let's go.
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
Wait for people. What's up, Third Eye Explosion? We'll wait for people to come on in here. But yeah, okay, so we're continuing the whole talk here on alternative strategies. Let's see here if I can find it. Biden. I think it's 2 billion. To FEMA? Maybe that was the one that I'm talking about. Because they're really trying to roll out this climate change agenda, and they're trying very hard. Okay, here it is. Announces more than $3 billion to increase climate resilience. 3 freaking billion. So again, funds projects that protect people and infrastructure from natural hazards, may also go to improve infrastructure as well. So I can imagine they'll probably have, this is not just, okay, see it says it here. Aims to deliver 40% of overall benefits of climate, clean energy, affordable and sustainable housing, clean water, and other investments to disadvantaged communities. Yeah, whatever. Most of that stuff is probably going to go for clean energy and all of this stuff, type of stuff. Very little is probably going to get down to disadvantaged and communities that are marginalized. But as long as they put it in the press thing, people will believe it. Gotten to see how some of this stuff works, and it's like companies just hire a front man and they pocket the money. They pay the front man a little bit of money, and nothing ever gets down to the community at all. Doesn't matter who's in the office. Doesn't matter if it's Democrat, Republican, or whatever. It doesn't get down to people at all. So it doesn't matter. Till, like, I don't even know if we had a power to make sure that there's not one of those two parties in the office. Like, we're too busy arguing about anti-Semitism and left or right, Democrat, Republican, and all this other stuff to even attempt to make them put money where we say we want them to put the money. But anyways, that's a different subject. That's all right, brother. As long as you made it, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Virgo El Unico. Strictly bullish on investing in the infrastructure sector. Me too, man. Me too. Because none of this stuff is built up yet. And if they're trying to roll out, because it really all connects. None of this stuff is built up yet, and that's kind of the reason why they want to roll out 5G. If you're trying to have an Internet of Things society where everything is connected to the internet, case in point, every day, every place that you're at can be tracked, and they're trying to roll out almost a transhumanist agenda where we kind of replace ourselves or parts of ourselves, or put chips in our head where we can be like GPS tracked and all of that stuff. They're going to need infrastructure for all this stuff. If they're trying to roll out electrical vehicles, and let me see if I can find that. California electric vehicles by 2035. So California regulator sees 2035 EV mandate as a sweet spot. So this is a mandate that is requiring all new vehicles sold in California by 2035 to be electric, plug-in, or hybrid electronic vehicles. This is like a law. So they're going to need to build an infrastructure for all of that, which means they're going to need to have all these different charging company stations, which means they're going to have all the different semiconductors from all of that, which means they're going to have certain precious metals like copper and things like lithium, silver, all these different things that are required to have all these things in place, which means also all these different electrical vehicles are going to need to be made, not only with the class 5, class 8, class 10 vehicles where you got these 18-wheelers and all of that that are electrical vehicles, but also the cars as well. So that's why we were looking at companies like Alliant Electric, companies like what was the other? Helium. Not sure where Nikola is, but apparently Nikola is still working at it. Once they had all those big people in place, they couldn't let Nikola fail. So, let's see. I think it's... Sorry about that. So, Nikola's another one. All these big companies were investing in it, even though it was a sham, which is pretty funny because Kathy Wood told us, like, she didn't straight out and say it. That's not Ford, that's Nikola. She didn't straight out say it, but she was like, I looked on their board and the members on their board couldn't possibly do what they're saying that they're going to do. There's all old world people. She basically said it to us without straight saying it to us, that Nikola was a scam. And we didn't listen until we figured out that his video was just having a truck roll down a mountain here in Arizona. But I can't imagine. Okay, they actually do have some revenue supposedly here. So apparently they're in the 18 mils of revenue. I have to go do some more research on these guys, but I know Helium, they just bought an electrical, like, oh man, sorry, how about that? 1 second, guys. Okay, then Helium. Okay, so actually Nikola's earning more than Hyliion at the moment, actually. But Hyliion just bought like some hydrogen powered something from GE. Let me see if I can find that news. There it is. Helium Holdings closed its acquisition of GE's revolutionary hydrogen and fuel agnostic generator. So GE received 15 million in cash and 22 million in Hyliion stock. So Hyliion just straight acquired that junk from them, which means that's probably going to push them in hyperdrive to have this happen for them. Nikola, I'm not sure where they're at. I have to go do some research on that. But everybody knows that people are kind of more gaga over Ford. Ford's going to have the electric F-150 out. If not this year, I think it's next. I already see here in Arizona people driving those electric like hybrid Mustangs that look like a crossover and not a Mustang at all, but people are driving them. Yeah, let me see here. If Cali wants that to happen by 2035, the amount of money that'd be put in that EV infrastructure is ridiculous. It is, bro. It is, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's not enough charging stations to cover even 3% of Cali yet. Now, listen to Strictly, guys, because this guy is, he does the whole installation of these type of things when his day job. So he knows what he's talking about. It's not just personal vehicles, but think about all the companies that have fleet vehicles. That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Think of all the fleet vehicles that need to go into California. That's why I'm looking at companies like Hyliion, like Nikola, because all those EV, all of those freaking 18-wheelers that are delivering goods to California will then have to come in as a hybrid vehicle. They will have to. So exactly, bro. 5G is just getting started. I really think we see more DY come into play. The major carriers don't have the bandwidth. Yep. That's why we might see Helium partnership with T-Mobile come into play. Yep, agreed. We have a lot of companies around here pushing their fleet vehicles to EV, like Comcast. They're already pushing their fleets to EV. Yep, their eyes in California, in Cali as well. Your boys over here in Arizona. So yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, if they're really trying to, and again, you see what I just showed you. It's a mandate. They want it to happen. And again, this is straight from World Economic Forum, who I really think is one of the top places pushing this down to other countries, right? So they want it to happen. So it's happening. And you can see what that little briefing I just showed you, where Biden administration put $3 billion towards it. Oh, and speaking of Ford, is Ford and some Indian company won the whole deal to have the post office, which is another fleet, the post office to have their vehicles be electric vehicles. So Ford's going to be involved in that and making money from that. So that's huge. That's really huge. Where was it? Here, right here. So that was a couple years ago. I don't even think I can find it if I go through this news thing. That was like a year and a half ago or something like that. Yeah, but let's see. I can actually do it over here. Ford Postal Service electric vehicles. That should be enough. USPS getting electric Ford light trucks. Ford is making electrical vehicles that deliver stuff. Ford delivers new electric vehicles to the post office. So that's it. But it doesn't show where they were awarded the deal. USPS mail trucks will feature Ford power. Okay, it doesn't show where they awarded the deal, but you can see here the fact that they say it was Ford and Oshkosh who got awarded that. So again, and this is not to say that I'm still bullish on crypto. I'm just showing us other alternative things that we can do to make sure we're diversified. So it's not all just centered in crypto. So now we also have, electrical power stuff, green power stuff, infrastructure plays. So we're really well rounded. So, if something happens to crypto or whatever, and again, we're waiting for the Bitcoin halving, but this is also an alternative investment strategy that we can build to make sure our portfolio is diversified, if that makes sense. So, see if we got any questions over here. That's why I'm so bullish on the infrastructure play. You don't have to nail a certain stock or project. If you invest in the infrastructure aspect, you can cover more than just one project. Exactly, 100%. Man, them EV Mustangs. Yes, those EV Mustangs are so ugly. They're so ugly. LCX is still going, man. We can look at them right quick for sure. We also have the school system. That's going to have EV buses. Yep. And that's why I'm so heavy on Alliant Electric, because they're doing EV buses in Canada. Who's going to do EV buses around here is not really certain yet. There are companies like Green Power, couple other companies that do that around here, which I'll probably have in a list to my patrons. But yeah, LCX is doing, they're doing really good. It's like any of the things that the SEC said to them don't really matter. They just released a token Tang that's going on its that's going to be on its launch pad. I like Tang. I didn't like it as much as Galileo, the Galileo token that they're listing, but they just released it. And of course, they just released their Apple T-Mobile, their Apple Store app. They only had it in Android for a while. Now it's both in Android and Apple. Yeah, they keep going. They're still going. Looks like they're trying to get into the real estate tokenization. Tokenization is a big push from LCX. They really want to do that. Hopefully, again, it doesn't lead into tokenization of like energy credits, like carbon credits, but it really seems like we're headed that way. But yeah, LCX is doing pretty good. Like, the price is low right now. It's probably lower than it's been in a while. It's under 5 cents. To me, it's a really good place to grab it at this point. Just soak up as much as you can, right? Because they're already getting their fingers wet with all the different people who are involved in CBDCs, like Quant, like Ripple's another member of the World Economic Forum, so you got to believe that they're probably going to do something with Ripple as well. They keep hinting around. Okay, so it got back over 5 here. They keep hinting around with something going on with AVAX. So it must have happened earlier today at 8 p.m. But yeah, still high on them. You can see here they're under a billion, just under a billion supply. They said they were going to have staking, but if the circulating supply is already 77 mil or 771 million, I don't see how they're going to do staking and give like really good rewards or anything like that. But they say that they're going to have staking. I'm pretty sure they're going to have their own blockchain up on Polkadot at some point. Still high on these guys. Like, just look, they were as high as 50 cents. Next bull run, they're definitely getting over $1, I feel. Not financial advice, but I definitely think they'll eclipse the dollar point. Again, they're members of the World Economic Forum, so they're part of the straw that's stirring the drink here when it comes to climate change and metaverse and artificial intelligence and all of that. They got their fingers in it. They do. So, Propy? I like Propy too. Hey, relaxing Serenity Sounds. That's another one that's involved in real estate and NFTs of real estate. Let me see. I can close these. By the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, I did actually do a episode on all the stuff that's happening with Kanye. So come over and check out my Rockfin. I talk about stuff that you cannot talk about on YouTube. And I also did a deep dive with a guy talking about ArtBlock. I'm going to try to have Robert Mao, the CEO of ArtBlock, on the channel. That's going to be real cool. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff over here. Let me drop my Rockfin in the chat here. I might be releasing a video today on Rockfin, depending on how much time I have. I might actually do 2, one today and one tomorrow. What's up, JJ Wentworth? That reminds me, y'all, definitely check out Crypto and Down. These brothers, other than King and Zay, the only place I get my crypto news from is Crypto and Down. Dudes do it in a very entertaining manner, and they are very, very knowledgeable. Definitely come check those guys out. As a matter of fact, come on over to the channel, darkhorsewatcher.com. Or darkhorsewatcher.com leads you directly to my channel, where you can like and subscribe. And then after that, you mosey right on down. Right on down here to featured channels. We got Crypto and Down right here. We got Underdog Crypto right here. Gentleman of Crypto. Relaxing Serenity Sounds. Crypto Logic John. Jump Out Girls. Benzinga. Simon Family Investments. Infront Akpon. Crypto Red Dad Blue Dad. Crypto Krakow. We got some bangers of people over here. All recommend all of those guys for sure. And then a whole bunch of shorts where I was like 25 pounds heavier and a whole lot grayer. Thank God for Just for Men. Thanks, brother. Yeah, we got to do another. We'll have to do another collaboration. That was fun coming on y'all show, for sure. Where were we with this one? So yeah, Propy Propy. Gotta give love to the people, man. Especially Crypto and Down. I love that show. Propy. They just had a recent little pump. So I might not like them at this price. Probably to wait till they go down again. Okay, they went down. They had that pump. And you can see here they went down like 20% after the little pump. They be getting that exit liquidity, boy. They be getting it. So they bumped it to about 80 something cents. It's gone down to 65. Honestly, I will wait till the Fed, not financial advice, I will wait till the Fed speaks in November 2nd. See if you can get this a little bit lower than 65. It's too high up here to me, and my estimation. Was as high as $3.05. They're all about the tokenization of real estate, and they sold like only like 2 or 3 properties doing that so far. I believe the owners of this company are Ukrainian. If that means anything for you, but yeah, they've sold 3 houses this way so far. And I think this is definitely where the future is headed. But understand, tokenization of your house is great, but make sure you're not like tokenizing your house and you can't pay the note, and then all of a sudden they own like all your house because you can't pay your tokenization note, right? So definitely gotta make sure you bite off only what you can chew there once this comes into effect completely. Sure, I can close that now. Okay, so back to the alternatives here. So we covered, definitely check it out on the Gentleman of Crypto. We covered metaverse alternatives. We covered gaming alternatives, green power alternatives, both in like solar power, vehicles, and infrastructure. Okay, what we're going to cover here now is semiconductors and Jesus, I can't even figure out what I just wrote there. I have no idea what I wrote, y'all. Days like this, I remember that I did just get over a stroke. Some of my writing does not look the same anymore, so I have no idea what I wrote right there. Hopefully we'll get back to it. So, precious metals, that's what I was writing, precious metals. Let me write it for real this time, and not precious metals. Okay, so if we're looking at semiconductors, there was this one company that had a SPAC, and the SPAC fell through. I was so mad that it fell through because they really look like they were innovators in that space. But we got here Indie Semiconductor, they're ones. Who else can we look at? There's some Taiwanese ones, but let's just use Indie Semiconductor as an example right now, and then let's use, oh man, I can't think of their name. Oh, there's another one too, as far as the metaverse goes. Why can't I think of anything today? The company that makes the visors, or like the metaverse glasses. I cannot think of them off the top of my head today. But anyways, that's something I'll have for the patrons because I'll be able to find it. But let's look at Indie Semiconductor. So there are couple different semiconductor companies that you could take a look at, but another one would be like LiDAR, because they're using a lot of LiDAR here coming up too. So Indie Semiconductor was a SPAC and it merged into a real company. If we look at their earnings, that'll be a good kind of tell if people are really using the semiconductor company or not. Considering a lot of SPACs are not at $7.75 right now, so this has held up pretty well. Okay, so you can see there's increased growth here. Supposedly they're working with the Apple Car. I thought I heard somewhere before. Hearsay now, because I've seen a couple videos on this. They're working to try to get out with the LiDAR for the Apple Car. If that happens or not, we'll see. But semiconductors are so needed now. So these are companies, these are sectors that we can definitely take a look at and really just solidify all the ones that we want to hit in that area. Indie Semiconductor is empowering the auto tech revolution with next generation automotive semiconductors. So exactly what we were saying here. It focuses on edge sensors for advanced driver assistant systems, including LiDAR, and connected user experience and electrification applications. So different ones like these will be very, very good to look at. Precious metals. What was the precious metals one? Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember it now. Let me see if I can find it in one of my other lists here, and we'll come back to this one. Would it be in EV stocks? Here we go, precious metals. Maybe it's in here. MP Materials, that's what it is, MP Materials. So let's take a look at that right quick. So this one might be really like higher than, this one was also a SPAC and people like ignored it forever and then it just boom, went up. So 30 is still, it's like lower than it's been for a while. But what I would like to know is its earnings, calendar. Earnings. So this is getting steady revenue increases. At 30, that's pretty high. You might want to try to go for another little cheapo one. But looks like it wants to be a leader in the space. So that might be something to look at. Another leader in the space is Freeport. Let's look at its earnings as well. This one's been around for a long time though. It's a lot longer than MP Materials. So let's look and see what they say. Come on, today. Okay, so you can see why this has been around a lot longer. Jesus, just multiple billions, right? Went from 3 to 2 to 4 to 5, 6 to 5 now. So those are different plays that we can look at as well there. All infrastructure. And let's go back to our things list. Again, if you guys want Benzinga Pro, I have a discount for it in my in any one of my videos. So you can look at that if that's a thing you want to go with. So again, how I was looking at this was looking at it like through the World Economic Forum down. Artificial intelligence, climate change, metaverse, those type of deals. And then looking at different types of people that are sitting on these boards and these leading governing organizations, people like Shinhan Bank, people that might be in emerging markets like India, like Indonesia, like Poland. So Shinhan Bank is in Korea, and they're really in all of Asia, really, Shinhan Bank. And then Wipro, who's in India. So all these different ones. Let's see if Nomura is publicly traded. I know that's in, like, probably Japan. Where do we go here? It's right here. Nomura. So Nomura Real Estate Holdings, Nomura Holdings, Nomura Research. So you can see they're pretty big. Let's just see what Nomura Holdings is. It sounds like a Japanese company. We'll see. Scrolling down. Nomura, is Japan's largest broker, about twice the size of rival Daiwa Securities and roughly 3 times the size of the securities units of the 3 mega banks. It is also the largest asset management company in Japan with a similar size differential compared to its rivals. So again, these are the type of people that these World Economic Forum people are hanging out with. They're hanging out with Japan's largest broker, and that largest broker is an owner and governor of Hedera, right? Along with other too big to fail companies in America like Boeing, Google, and IBM, right? We just looked at Shinhan Bank before, and we saw that's publicly traded, right? SHG. Saw how big they are in Korea, and we saw them, like, we looked at actual revenue where it was like they tripled in growth. In I think that was April of 2022. All of a sudden you see 11 billion on their revenue. Why they don't, okay, that's why they don't have the 11th one. We haven't gotten to the 11th yet of November. So it doesn't show us the estimates, but it shows us, look, so it went from 2 something to 3 to $11 billion. Crazy, right? So that will be another play for us. And we can continue to look and see the different companies that are involved with the World Economic Forum in these different spots of climate change and artificial intelligence, and see, okay, can we get shares of these? And then these shares will keep us kind of diversified in owning these companies. So all you have to do is go through and read certain articles and see if you can find certain companies, certain things like that. But let's see if we have any more questions here. Thoughts on Apatos and Sui? I think Apatos, Oculus is the one that makes the goggles. Yes, they make the goggles for Meta, but there's another one that I can't remember. Kathy Wood had invested in them. They make AR, VR, like glasses. And I'm gonna be mad because I can't remember what their names are. Let me see here. Maybe they'll be in Metaverse. Genomic stocks. I thought I had an ARK Invest. Okay, ARK Invest plays. It might be in here. Fluent. Huya. No, they're not there. Let me see. ARK Invest stocks, maybe. Nano Dimension. No, not there. Oh, I'm going to find that and I'm going to tell you guys what it is one of these days. Maybe it'll be in EV stocks. All right, I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to find it. It's like I'm on the tip of my head and I can't get it. Where were we? Okay, so thoughts on Aptos. Aptos, I think they're going to survive because they have all these big dudes behind them. And I went over that last week on Gentlemen of Crypto, but we can go over here a little bit too. Especially because if you look at Aptos, they say they have the ability technically to get to 100K TPS, over 100K TPS. But you go over here and look at their Explorer. And dudes are only sitting at 12.4 TPS. 12.4. Not 100K, not 4,000 TPS like a Solana. 12.4. But that's okay. I think they have all the right people pushing them. So they're just going to make it because they have all these right people pushing them. Their former Facebook guys, they worked on, what is it called? Libra and Diem. So they're gonna stay around. I think they're gonna stay around. Let me see if I can find what I was looking at for that. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. So you can see they started from Libra, which was renamed to Diem, and these guys are former members of that project. It's Mo Sheikh and Avery Ching. And they're trying to use parallel execution to solve this whole speed problem. Now, whether they try to do that by like sharding or whatever, I'm not sure how they plan to do it, but they label it a Solana killer, which could be really inaccurate because FTX is invested in this. So why would they invest in something that they thought was going to be a killer of their own project? No, they wouldn't do that. So FTX is invested in this, along with Facebook and a few other people. let's see here. Oh, I took down my history one. 1 second, let me bring that back up. I think this is the one I want. Okay, yeah, so it'll show some of the ones that are invested here. So FTX is invested in there. They're not going to invest in a killer of their own project. Circle Ventures, which has ties to the World Economic Forum, Andreessen Horowitz, which is heavy in crypto stuff, and Multi-Coin Capital. So you can see here they have all the biggest and right people behind them. So I think they're going to make it. Now, will they be cut in half from the current price? Probably at some point. But will they actually get to a higher value than what they have now? I would say yes, at some point. Yes. Because they have all the right people behind them. So what are they at right now? $7 or something like that. There's as high as $9. Okay. So where that bottom hits, no one can say for sure. But I definitely think in the long run they're gonna be worth it. At this price, maybe not. But yeah, I do think they'll get it because they have all the right people behind them. Sui, I might look out for because let me show you guys something. So people got these Apatos names. These names are a big money generator for these companies, and you can already see people who came in here and they got all the three number names. So if Sui does something similar, you might want to come in here and get the Sui 3-letter names, domains, and hold on to them. But as of right now, I don't think they have that up and running yet. But yeah, that's what we think of that one. Will you ever become bullish on ABT? As of right now, I'm still at a C, Mike. I'm still at a C. But my C Crypto is going to work to get Robert Mao on the channel. And I think Robert Mao can answer some more of the more pointed questions we have about Arc Block. My C Crypto Dion did say, I don't represent them, and Robert Mao might be able to answer some more of your questions like more thoroughly. So if we can get Robert on, I'll let you guys know, and then Robert will be able to answer some more of the pointed questions because. Based off of all my research, what you saw, to me, they're just, nothing is concrete yet. But what I did walk away with was that I was really impressed that Robert Mao was very honest and open. So I don't have to worry about him as a CEO being shiesty, if that makes any sense. I don't have to worry about him being I don't have to worry about him cutting corners or doing something illegal, right? But some people would prefer their CEO to be more like cutthroat, but I like that he's honest. So for right now, Arc Block remains like a C, but when we get Robert Mao on, we'll ask him some more pointed questions and we'll see. And then I'll make an evaluation, not with Robert on the phone or on the, I'll probably do some type of follow up or do it here on one of our little live streams, so it's not like, damning or anything. But I thought the C is pretty good when you look at a lot of different things. C is not bad, but apparently the ARC block-ins did not like that, but we'll see. Yep, people tokenizing their homes and they get hacked or lose their keys or no longer own that home. Yeah, some stuff just doesn't need to be an NFT. I feel you, brother. I feel you, but people are looking at it like, oh wow, it's gonna make things so much easier. And the way that these type of people are marketing it to us is like that. But you also got to keep in mind the downside. Like, okay, you're tokenizing your home, but if you get into a certain loan with that and default, in that case, could you lose all the value of your home by defaulting on it? Like, easier isn't always better, but they're looking at extracting money from the regular people now. Before, where it could only be angel investors, now they're going to extract it out of the regular people's hands. And it may sound good because we've never been exposed to those areas, but I don't think they're going to do it in a way that the real little people can get enough value out of it. If it's so fractionalized that like 10,000 of us have to purchase it just to get the value, like, I'm not sure how that return is going to look for 10,000 people as opposed to one person. That is one of the things that's going to be very concerning with fractionalization, right? So I think that's all we got. If anyone else has any other questions, please put them in now. If not, be sure to catch me over here on Rockfin. I'm going to be doing another video over there. It's straight up maybe premium. I know some of you guys might have a premium membership with Rockfin already, but definitely check out this thing that I put up on Yay and Lex. The only videos I did have as premium I took off for you guys, and that's Saturn Worship. I had that as premium, and Bullish and Bearish, what they represent, I took those off for you guys. But I think just to to start helping out the channel more and bringing in more revenue, I might just do follow-up conversations as premium. I really love the Rockfin stuff. I love it how they say you can you just pay $10 and you can get anybody's premium content. It's pretty cool. And then also for Third Eye Explosion, if he's still around, I'm gonna have a video out on pre-search today. Let's see here. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, cool then. You guys have a good one. Be sure to catch me on Benzinga on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Peace.